live, and we're live. Thank you guys for being here on YouTube, and I'm also streaming on TikTok. Our topic for today is cost of living. Right. Our topic here today is cost of living. Are you able to conserve, and how are you coping? If you do have any questions, please place it in the chat. And I have two chat looking at. I'm looking at the chat for TikTok and the chat for YouTube. Now let's begin. Now I can tell you without even blinking an eye is that most of us, we're not coping. It's not easy. It will never be easy, especially in these times. I don't know if you remember, sometimes our parents would say, back in their days, things was easier. Thank you for Gorex for coming to the live. So they would say, back in my days, things were much easier. Thank you for the thumbs up as well. And thank you for the thumbs up for the persons on TikTok. Right. So your parents and my parents would have said things were easier back in their days. However, I'm sure that you can say back in probably say 5 years ago or 2 years ago, things were much easier than now. And the reason why we're able to say this is because when you really check it out, things are not getting better. They are getting worse. But back in those days, they used to complain. I'm sure our parents used to complain that things were harder. When you hear them speak about how much money they used to pay for whatever, yes, you can laugh now. Hi, Storm Chaser. Yes, you can laugh now. And the reason why you can laugh now, hi, Cham Cham Vlog. Thank you for being at live. Right. So why you can laugh now is because you're looking back. However, we're speaking of the present, the current. How is it? Yes, I know I have ads. We're speaking about the present, the current. How is it that I can conserve? How is it that I can conserve and cope? And how is it that I can conserve and eat? What I find is happening nowadays is that persons are trying to cope in their own little way. So take for instance, I remember being at school, hi Motorola King, Cham Cham saying, I will sleep, 2 a.m. here. Thank you for even coming to the live, and thank you for whatever thumbs up you guys give. Thank you very much. Hi Motorola King again. Right. So for persons on TikTok, please bear with me. This is my first time streaming on TikTok. Until I get the knack of it, then we can have a game on here. So we can both enjoy each other company. In the interim, I'm really seeing that you joined. Probably I need to read up some more as to how this thing really goes. Right. So we find that now, because back in those days, our parents used to tell us that things were this price, and we can laugh now because it was cheaper then. So when you hear the price that they used to pay for probably electricity, water, and especially water, I remember my parents used to pay, I think it was something like $500 for a water bill. And $500 then was a lot of money to them. $500 now is nothing. As a matter of fact, $500 now can't even buy a box food. It can't. You need more money on that to purchase a box food. So we have to try and find a way to cope. For those of you who want to put in your coping mechanisms, feel free to do so. Now, for me, I'll tell you how I cope. One of the way how I cope with the food prices that's out there is I try my best to conserve as much as I can. Meaning, no, I do have a backyard and I have space in my backyard that I can plant. And planting in my backyard, I find that because of the position of the house, the sun hits certain part of the house at certain times. And what I find that I have to do is sometimes I'll plant something at a spot. However, when the sun moves, that plant will not get that sun. Now, it may be that that plant will require the sun in order to grow, in order to provide food for me. And especially because I have trees in my yard. So I have a mango tree, I have apple tree, I have banana tree, I have June plum. I had a a, a, a coconut tree. And with all these trees that I have, they are also causing shade to areas that I may have on the in the earth below that. Yes, it means constant cutting as well. However, these trees are bearing fruit, things that I can eat, things that I don't have to go out there to buy. Now it comes on to the time when you will need cash crops. Cash crops are things that are essential for you and I in order to, like, so you have things like a vegetable is a cash crop. You have things like, hi fat face, thank you for joining the live, those of you who are on TikTok. So you have vegetable as a cash crop. You have tomatoes as a cash crop. And with all of these cash crops, they will grow quickly. So what I find that I'm doing now is planting in containers. And the container planting has been working well. So if I find that I have say I have pineapples growing in a certain spot and I notice that the sun is hitting it, when the sun has stopped reaching that area, I can, hi, Apple Channel, thank you for being here. I can move that plant, that pineapple plant, to another area when the sun has moved. And that has been working. So, what I find that has been happening to me is that I'm able to grow my own food. In my country now, there are some things that are scarce because of the drought. So we have, you go to the market and or scallion, or what some of you may call, I think it's called green onion in some states in the United States. And for those of you who buy those things, I find that that price in my country is about $400 a pound. Now you buy a pound and you carry it home. Right, fat face, green onion. That's the call. That's the name that it's called. Now you buy these things and you reach home with it. If you don't find a way to preserve it, because you can't use it all, not unless you're having a party and you're going to use all that green onion at once. You find that if you don't find a way to preserve that, then eventually some of it will go to waste. If not, majority of it will go to waste. What I find some persons have been doing, which I don't like it like that. I'll tell you what I do to cope with that, where it is concerned. Some persons have been freezing it. Some persons have been on top of freeze on other than freezing it, they have been blending it and putting it into mason jars for future use. Gorex is saying you are really true G when it comes to grow these things smart. Yeah, I try to grow them, and especially the green onions. What I find has been working for me is whenever I buy it, which I haven't purchased it now in the last 2 years, right? In the last 2 years, right? Fat Face is on TikTok is saying also blend it. I find that whenever I buy it, I would cut it. So you see the part that has the white section to it where the root would come from. I just take that. Once I cut it, I take that and I carry it outside and just stick it in my flower pot. And within the space of probably say 1 or 2 days, it start growing. Right now I have probably about two two planters filled with green onions or scallion, as they call it. Filled. Right, fat face, you can do that, and it has been working. And what I find is that I always have, because I've been constantly. Oh, and another thing too, I don't pick it. What I do is cut it. So if I want a piece, I don't root it out of that soil. Yes, Stone Chaser, really. I don't root it also out of that soil. Motorola King on the YouTube channel is saying, great, nice info. Thanks, Motorola King. I don't root it out of the soil. I just cut it. And I find that when I cut it, it has been working, because the more I cut it is the more it start growing back again. And these things grow fast. It does grow fast. If you were to even have a party after after you constantly sticking them into the ground, you'll find that it's working. It is working. Another thing too, for me, I find that has been happening is that I do like my time fresh. Yes, I have oregano around the back that I use to cook with. Um, I know some persons have been drying this or dehydrating them and bottling them. Some persons have been adding salt to it. I don't like that. I like my stuff natural. So I will plant the oregano. Um, Fat Face is asking, so what if you want the onion? Fat Face, I have tried the onion, and it wasn't until two 2 or 3 days ago I realized that what I've been doing with onion was just wrong. So what I did with onion was when it started growing, I used to just carry it and sort of bury the bulb part of it, and only have the part that comes up like the green onion. That part, I normally have that part sticking up. Then I realize it just get rotten underneath there. Hi, True. Thank you for coming to the live. Right. So I find that that part has been rotting underneath the earth. Now I realize that persons who have been planting these things, they just put them on top of the soil. And putting them on top of the soil, every now and then they cut the top, just like how I would cut the green onions. Thank you for coming through. I'm streaming on two platforms. I'm streaming on TikTok as well as YouTube. So thank you, and thanks for the thumbs up. Right. No, so fat face, that's what I I saw that they did. So I'm going to try that again. However, I'm not going to just take my onions. Hi, Amy Magic. Thank you for coming to the live. I'm not going to just take my onions out of the area where I have it to just plant them like that. No, I'll wait until if I have a growing one, or if I can get some of some of the small ones that they have, then I'll try it like that. I have tried the I have tried the garlic though, and it is growing. I've also have tried the ginger, and especially now Gorex is saying, honestly, I don't grow anything. You can try it, it will work. Right. Um, Especially now that we are coming onto the festive season, garlic in my country tend to be a bit on the expensive side. And for the last time I grew some sweet corns, I noticed that sweet corns that I didn't plant it in that planter was something that looked like a sweet corn. It was growing. Fat Face is saying that I need more info. You need more info on what, Fat Face? Say what info you need and I can assist. Right. So I find that the ginger, if you even leave a little piece, just a little piece in that planter, it will grow. And it has been happening to me where it has been growing. Hi, Christabel. Thank you for joining the live stream. For those of you who are joining the live stream on TikTok, or those of you who are joining the live stream on YouTube, the question is cost of living. Are you able to conserve? And how are you coping? I'm giving until someone come with how to get started. How to get Fat Face is saying, for those of you who are out there, Fat Face is saying he's having a problem. He doesn't know how to get started. Okay. With the onion, with the onion, Fat Face. Okay. Now, normally with growing the onions, you would need um they have some small, it looks like onions. That's how they grow. So they have the small onions, and that's what they sell, and you would plant that. However, they for the small onions that you would plant, there's a particular way that you would plant them. If you're planting it in planters, which I would suggest is an easier way to plant it, then you would just stick the you see the part where it looks like the root would come out? You stick that part in the soil and then it grows underneath there. What will happen is after a while, it will tend to come up. It will tend to come up. So you can try that. And I've seen onion seeds, so you can try it as well. Try the onion seeds. The onion seeds will come up. I've never planted onion seeds before, and perhaps I need to try it and do a vlog on it. But there are some things that are just easy to grow. What I find as well is that I don't know if you use a lot of sweet peppers, but for me, the sweet peppers are easy to grow. I have problems with white flies, but I don't know why the for the white flies are not able to kill my sweet peppers. They have been able to come up. They have. So that side of it has been working. I have been able to grow as well the thyme, like I tell you, and the thyme works better for me via seeds. They were What I realized was happening was that for the thyme plant, they were right. For the thyme plant, they were dying for me as soon as I get it, and I realized that it was a soil. So what I was doing is that I saw on the internet where I had to mix my soil with sand, and I realized that that worked. So I do plant the sweet pepper. Right now I have um, 3 sweet pepper plants, and all my vegetables and only the fruit trees are real. I shouldn't say that because I do have some things that can grow into big trees in planter pots as well. I have that. So yeah, I find that growing the sweet peppers in the planter pots, it has been working. And especially now where sweet pepper is now $350 a pound. Thank you, Chu. Chu is saying that the interesting topic, but she has to go. Thank you, Chu. Thank you for being here. Right. So the sweet peppers for me at August, August that passed has made it 2 years since I had my sweet pepper plant, and it has not died. I was expecting Gorex is saying that it's loading, and Chu is saying that she's having ads on YouTube. Right. I find that for 2 years now, I've had my sweet pepper plant, and it has been working. Right now, it has some it has some sweet peppers that are coming on it, quite small. I think I may get them for December when. Thank you for following me, Fat Face. I'll follow you back as soon as I'm finished. Um, it the sweet peppers have been coming on fine. I've had numerous sweet peppers. For me, I don't know. I don't know if it has happened to you or anyone else on the live stream. For me, I have difficult. Bye, Chu. Thank you for coming. Right. Thank you for being here. Right. So I find that for me, I can't tell when the sweet peppers are ready. I do like green sweet peppers. However, I can't tell when it's ready. I don't want to pick it and it's not ready. So what I do, I wait until I see that tinge of it changing color. Storm Chaser is saying that price of sweet pepper. Yes, sweet peppers are $350 a pound. No. And what I find that I have to be doing is, well, what I have done is each time I cut a sweet pepper, because my tree is not, the plant that I have is not giving me sweet peppers all the while. So I find that in between of my produce, I have to be planting this, buying these sweet peppers. So when I do buy, I don't buy a full pound unless I'm planning to stuff it, then I'll buy it then. Hi, Baga. Thank you for joining the live. Our topic today is cost of living. Are you able to conserve and how are you coping? Right. Chu is saying bye. Thanks again, Chu. Um, so I find that the sweet peppers have been working for me. I don't use a lot of tomatoes. However, a tomato plant for me would probably mean I give away a lot of tomatoes because I don't use it a lot. So I would tend to give away a lot of that. And please remember, these things can be grown into a planter pot. The roots are not that deep. If you ever see my sweet pepper plant, the mangoes drop and it hit it and it break off and it just spring back up and bear again. That's what has been happening. Thank you for joining the live, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Junior, for joining the live. And for those in the live, please. Ooh, I have 250 likes. Thanks, guys. Right. So what I find is happening is that I have to be planting my food in order to conserve. And especially some of the things that I would like to eat. Motorola King is asking if I plant yam too. Yes, Motorola King, I have planted yam. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you what is happening. I have a compost heap. And for those of you who are planning on doing a little planting, thanks Gorex for being here. It's much appreciated. Right. For those of you who have the idea or you're planning on planting things, create a little compost heap. A compost heap does not have to be in the ground. You don't have to dig the ground. There are compost heap that you can create and place that in a bucket or a container. And possibly I need to do a vlog on that, so those on TikTok can see it and those on YouTube can see it. And if you create that compost bin, from time to time you can take the soil from that compost and put it around your other plants. It's nourishment for the plants, and your plants do need to be nourished. So the best thing to do is to create that compost. I have a compost area, and I have never thrown away yam. Never. However, I have been throwing just the skin of the yam or the skin of whatever it is that I'm peeling. Because if I once soil, once not soil, once salt doesn't touch my food when I'm peeling it, then I will throw that. I will throw that around or in my compost heap. No, very, very interesting. Thank you very much, Fat Face. No, I have been throwing that in my compost heap, and I have found that because I've been throwing things in there, I've been getting quite a number of plants out of my compost heap. So much so that I've been giving away plants. The other day, I found an apple, a OTE apple that I was able to take out of the soil carefully, put that in a planter pot to just give away. So I have been having things just grow up based on the fact that I've been just throwing things in my compost heap. And they have been growing. They have been growing. It has been working. I have quite a number of things around there. I have, like I tell you, oregano. I have spinach. I have thyme, um, rosemary, green onions or scallion, as you call them. I also have, I can tell you so much. Oh my word. I've, I was telling you about the ginger. Fat face, I'm from Jamaica. I'm actually living in Jamaica. And as a matter of fact, um, on one of the the small videos, that the snippet of the videos that I placed on TikTok recently, I started the video by saying persons are surprised to see how much I'm able to grow in this small space that I have. I'm actually in Portmore. I'm right in Portmore, St. Catherine. If you're able to go over on the YouTube page, you will see some of the things. Yes, Fat Face, right in Portmore. St. Catherine, Portmore. Right. If you're able to go on the YouTube page, you'll be able to see some of the things that I'm able to do, some of the things that I'm able to get. Yes. So you're surprised. A lot of persons are surprised. Even when I do go to work, I remember I got I got two pineapples this year. Two. Now pineapples that I plant them from the top. You're in Kingston. Right. I plant my pineapples from the top. And this year I was able to get two. Um, I find that I had gotten some suckers from persons. However, where I planted the suckers, I know that when they use the suckers, you're really supposed to get the pineapple every year, one every year once you use back the suckers. No, I find that planting the suckers at a particular spot, especially like now that we have the rainy season, that area gets drenched with the water. Thank you for coming to the live, Junior. And getting drenched with the water, it killed, it actually killed my pineapple suckers. So what I find that I have to be doing is when I plant them into the buckets, I find that I do get pineapples quickly. Someone asked me recently, what have I been doing with my pineapples? Why my pineapples are so sweet, and also they don't um they don't get very small because I'm planting them in that planter pot. And my answer to that was 2020. I have been using the 2020, and it has been working. And the 20 for the 2020, it it's water soluble. So I find that if I mix, say, 2 gallons, all I need to do is just make sure that every plant that I have gets some of this 2020, and it has been working. I have created as well vertical gardens. Now, in order to create a space for myself, I do, like I said, I do have space in the earth, but I find that some things when I do plant them in the earth, they die because of it not getting adequate sun, or when the rainfall, like the rainfall that we got the other day, it kills it. Too much water. So planting in pots has been working. It has been working. All I need to do is, most of the time, is just cut. Oh, I even have parsley around there. 20 is a form of water soluble fertilizer. It is, if you go to the agricultural stores, you just ask them for 20, it's actually blue. It's like a blue, I want to say it has grains. It has grains like sugar. It has grains like sugar. It's not sugar color because there's another fertilizer that persons use for the grass that is also, that looks really like sugar. But the 20, if you go to the agricultural stores and tell them that you want the 20, then they can sell you that 20, and with the 20, it will last you a long time. I would suggest that you get a container to even place that bag of 20 in, because as soon answer your Motorola King. So when you place that bag in it, it will last you so long. It will last you so long because you use 1 teaspoon to a gallon of water. So that's how much it will last you, because they sell it into a good little size bag. And I think some of those things are really sold for persons who are doing great farming. Motorola King on YouTube is asking what it does. Motorola King, the 20 is a form of fertilizer, and what it does, it is really saying 20% nitrogen, 20% potassium, and what's the other one? I think it's phosphate. Right, I think it's phosphate that it's adding back to the soil. One other thing too that I've been speaking of is the reason why I liked planting in planters is that it's easier to practice crop rotation when you have plants in planters. Now, take for instance, I plant a bucket of callaloo. When I do take out that callaloo, I don't plant back any more callaloo in that bucket. I would plant possibly what's it called? String beans. So I would plant the string beans into that bucket. Now what will happen is whatever it is that callaloo is taking out of my soil, the string bean will put it back. So that is why I will have a number of planter pots Fat Face is saying best thing on TikTok all day. Thank you very much. I was really hoping that a lot of persons would learn from this because we need to conserve, and especially if I should go the solar route. Fat Face, oh my God. When I don't speak to persons about how much I pay for my electricity bills, and one of the reasons why I don't do that is because it almost put it no. Probably they would say I'm lying. Probably they would say I'm lying. And right now I have one, two, three. I have three lights on. I have the two standing lights in order to get light in the room to do the live stream. Um, so I have to be, how much put it now, conserving, and my conservation journey, Fat Face, and for all of you who are out there, has taken me solar. And my solar journey is also on YouTube. I'm trying to take it over to TikTok one day where persons can learn and persons can conserve. I would I would call myself a creative person as well. I've done a lot of things, quite a number of things, all in the name of conservation. The food part is just a piece of it. I also do, especially now, all right, we show how we can conserve with food. On Saturday, yesterday, I placed a vlog on YouTube as well, and a piece of it on TikTok where I showed you guys that when I do have excess or I buy in bulk, because buying in bulk has saved you as well. Fat Face is saying, no, sir, I need to find a way to stay in contact. Um, I do find a way to conserve my food. The other day, I planted some sweet corns, and when I went to work, someone came and gave me about seven sweet corns as well. So what I had to be doing was to vacuum seal them because I didn't want them to spoil, and I couldn't eat them all at once. So I had to be vacuum sealing, and I find that the vacuum sealing has been working. It has been working. I really bought the vacuum sealer for my meat kind because I buy meat in bulk, and I wanted to, instead of putting them in plastic bags, individual plastic bags, I wanted them to be vacuum sealed so that it lasts me a little longer, and I could probably go into the refrigerator and take out um, my meat that I'm planning to cook for the day or for the period. Storm Chaser is saying, what that's smart? What is what? The vacuum sealer? Um, Fat Face is saying, is that your area? My area of what? Oh, the vacuum sealer, Storm Chaser. I see you haven't watched the vloggers yet. The vacuum sealer, Storm, is, it's my vacuum sealer is like a small rectangular device that is able to suck the air out of the bag that you're putting that food kind in. No, I'm an auditor by profession, Fat Face. However, because of the fact that I wanted to save my money, and auditors are close to accountants. So persons would say, you see how some persons say that accountants are mean? I think that was my reason for going the conservation journey, and it has been working. Right. So Storm Chaser, the vacuum sealer is able to take the air out of the package that you have and shrink it down. Another reason for the vacuum sealer as well is that it allows whatever you have placed in that bag to take up less space in your refrigerator. It does. All right. Another way how I conserve. You see, like how we're having periodical rains here. For me, the periodical rains have been a plus for me, because what it does is I have set up, I've sat down, and that's another vlog as well that I've done. I have set up rain barrels just to water my plants, especially the plants that needs it. Hi, Yon Claretta, thank you for coming to the live. Yeah, it's morning in your side of the country. Right, so I've set up a rain barrel, and my rain barrel is all solar powered. It's not something I asked anyone to come in here and do. What I did was I sat down and I read how to do it, and I did it myself, and it worked. Now, the reason why I wanted it my rain barrel drip irrigation to be solar powered was that I wanted it to water my plants only if the sun shine. So if the rain fall, I would not need my plants to be watered. And what I find is that with some of the timers that they are selling you, I would have to one, leave my faucet on, and two, if the rain even fall and the timer is supposed to go off, then it would still go off, watering the plant when the rain is already falling. So I didn't want that. Thank you, Swift, for coming to the live. I didn't want that. So I have been conserving that in such a way where I set up something to catch that rainwater into the barrel. And please don't think that I have mosquitoes around there. I have no mosquitoes around there because my thing is all meshed. All meshed. So the water goes into the rain barrel, and whenever the sun is up, it will pump it out at periodic times. Hi Jeremiah, thank you for coming to the live. Right, so at periodic times the water would come out of that rain barrel onto the plants that really needed it. If you search for me, Storm is calling my name. I'm Smart Conserver on YouTube as well. Storm, could you put the link if you can, please? Right, it's Smart Conserver as well on the YouTube channel. Another thing too, for me, I do like pretty things, and I like water features. I like water features very much. I have a turtle pond around the back of my yard, and one of the thing with that turtle pond is I wanted I wanted to be able to enjoy my turtle as well as to enjoy the water feature that it has. So I set up a solar pump. I set it up solar so that I am able to my water will be able to recycle and pump in and out. Um, it's able sorry, it's able to run throughout the night. Thank you, young Clarita, for being here as well on the YouTube channel. It's able to run throughout the night as well, because I've set it up on, you know what I set it up on? Used car batteries. And guys, some of the things that we have, you ever hear the saying, one man rubbish is a next man's treasure? Yes, I believe that. I've seen that. It works. It does work. And that's one way for me to enjoy the beauty of whatever it is that I've set up here, and still enjoy it by not paying the power company 1 cent for it. I've also, in order to conserve my electricity, I'm solar. And when I tell persons, how much I pay for electricity bill, they find it unbelievable. In all honesty, it has been, the bill has been increasing, because I find that previously when I used to pay $1,000 for electricity bill, and trust me, that $1,000, I do have a lot of things on it for the $1,000. I have CCTV here, and that has to run. That's my CCTV runs 24 hours of the day. So I have the CCTV. My internet is on it. The plan really one day is to move those things over to a wind turbine. Um, I installed a wind turbine recently, and it wasn't any professional that came to install that wind turbine. All I did, I read up on it and I just buy it online and bring it in. When I bring it in, one wind turbine like that would have cost 300,000 to install. And I brought it in. My only problem with that wind turbine now is I need batteries, and I need batteries of a certain size. If I get those batteries of those certain size, then I'm game. Trust me. The like people who I'm paying currently now, my bill is between $2,000 to $2,500 per month. Yes, I have a refrigerator. I have a, I would say it's a big refrigerator. Um, what else I have? My computer now is on it. My laptop is on it. I do have lights that I use on it, because the light now they are running all on the power company. However, I am grid tied solar powered. Now, like anyone else, some persons like myself as well, I wanted to be independent of the solar company. I really wanted to be independent. And the reason why I wanted to be independent, I didn't want to pay them a cent. I still have it in the back of my head, but I wanted to be independent of this this power company. So I wanted a solar system that had me, or that would cause me to be 100% independent, that they wouldn't get nothing. Well, not nothing, because there is a, if you still have the solar company. Hi, Pearl TV. Thank you for coming to the live. I'm streaming on both YouTube and TikTok. So from time to time, you'll see me looking this side. I have the two platforms up. Thank you for the like. Right. So yes, it is a great day. We didn't have any rain today. Right. So what you find that was happening was that because I wanted to be 100% reliant on the sun and not on the power company. Yes, I'm also live on TikTok. Oh, you don't have TikTok? That's why I do both platforms. And TikTok is rather nice and interesting. And especially you guys could have gone that route. It has been working. Right. So what I find, really got lost, create another one. Create another one, Pearl. It will work. It will work, because I created my own probably about 2 3 months ago. Oh, you do live sometime on Facebook. That's good. I'm not on Facebook. I came off Facebook years ago. Thank you for coming though. Right. So what I find is that because I wanted to be 100% independent, I had thought of getting my solar power. When I was searching around, I had thought of getting the solar power from one of these companies that would make me independent, give me that independent freedom. Thank you, Andrea Mito, for coming to the live. Thank you, Lloyd, for joining the live. Right. So I'm here listening while cleaning the house. Here support. Thank you, Pearl. Right. So what I find that I wanted to do was to be 100% independent. However, The independence at that point ended up in my head. My pocket could not have afforded the independence. It was just too expensive. Andrea Mito, our topic here today is cost of living. Are you able to conserve? And how are you coping? I'm telling persons of my coping mechanism. Pearl is saying this is playing in loud sound in order to learn it from you. Thank you very much, Pearl. Right, so thank you, Floating, for joining the live. So what is happening is that I want it to be 100%, yes, the ads. I want it to be 100% independent. And my independence at that point ended up in my head and not in my pocket couldn't afford that independence. However, what I find, hi Nadia Thompson, thank you for joining the live. What I find is that if you understand the various types of solar power that exist, then you may find that your pocket will be able to afford one of them. And that one can, if you're smart and careful, that one can also put money into your pocket. It can. So all we need to do is find that way. From time to time on the channel or on the page, you can come whenever I am on a live stream, you can ask me about the different types of solar power, and I'll be able to tell you. We can probably brainstorm together to see which one it is that would work for you. Some persons are paying some exorbitant. Hi, Denton Palmer. Thank you for coming to the live and thank you for following me. For all those who followed me on the live stream, as soon as the live has ended, I'll be sure to return the follow. And we're in this thing to learn, we're in this thing to conserve, we're in this thing to save what? Our money. Because that's the ultimate goal, you know. I have been telling persons that my only and sole reason for this conservation is to save my money. Really, it was to save my money. Hi, Ada Vlog. Thank you for coming to the live. For persons who are on TikTok, I'm also streaming YouTube as well. I'm doing both platforms. Possibly if I had another page. Majority of Good night, Denton. Majority of my content or my conservation journey has been on YouTube. I can't really let go my YouTube persons because I do enjoy their company and they have been great. Thank you for liking the live, Denton. Um, Denton, what we're speaking of, if you are just coming in, is the cost of living. Are you able to conserve and how are you really coping? For me, I have to find creative ways to cope, creative ways to eat, creative ways to manage my bills, all of that. I have to be finding creative ways, and it has been working. I have been sharing these creative ways with others, and it has been working for others as well. Storm Chaser is saying smart. I went, I went at JPS, one man owed 180,000 and him don't use the light. Storm, let me share something with you. For me personally, persons have been calling me or persons have been reaching out to me for consultation, and that consultation that they have been getting is whenever I speak to them, majority of the times, Storm, they realize that they did use electricity. You see, because our electricity bills come or it start possibly say the beginning of the month, and at the end of the month we receive a bill. We don't remember what it is that we use. What I have done is I have I have tried to, how much is it now? I've written down for about 3 months straight, Storm, what it is that I use daily. So you see, if I'm at home, say I'm at home on a Saturday and a Sunday, and I use the microwave, hello? Yes, I only speak English. Right. So for those guys, we're not doing a match. I only speak English. And we're not doing a match, guys. I'm sorry. Right. So for those who are on the, what can I mute them? Right. So for those who are on, let me mute these persons. Right. So for those of you who are planning on going solar, the best thing to do is to try and understand what it is that you need, what it is that you want, what it is that will work for you. There are different things out there. Thank you for coming, Jan Claretta. Right, there are different things out there that will work. However, you need to find what it is that works for you. Another way that I conserve is, I told you about the water, some of the mechanisms that I have installed. I've told you about the electricity, and I've told you about the food. However, you have to be smart conservers out there. And being a smart conserver will mean that you're trying to find the best way possible. The best way, and like I said, the best way possible to save that money in your pocket. It is possible. It is possible. So don't think that it isn't. It is possible. You just need to find it. I have some persons on my live stream. Eventually I'll take them up. Thank you very much for the like. I got 1.1k like on TikTok today. Thank you very much, persons who, and it says that I'm trending. Now, for those of you who are not aware, we have live stream we have live stream every, yeah, they're still talking, Denton. They're still talking. Yeah. For those of us who, this is the first time you're joining a live stream for me, I have a live stream every Sunday at 6. I will go beyond 6 dependent on the participation that I'm getting, the amount of information that is being required of me to pass on. I do have a lot of information in my head. I do have a lot of things that can be done to save you your money in your pocket. I do have it. However, it may mean that You guys need to ask your questions. And without these questions, I can't know what it is that you want the help with. I can't. This is my first time on TikTok, and I'm really appreciative of the likes that I'm getting. I'm really appreciative of those persons who joined the live, those who participate, those who followed. I honestly will follow you back because I hope that the information that you want, I will be able to pass it on to you so that one day you'll say, Smart, I'm saving a whole lot of money. I do hope it will work for you. Um, I've come to the end of 1 hour on my YouTube live stream. I don't go beyond the hour unless I have questions. Say, person start telling me by on it. Um, I will continue a bit more on the TikTok live stream. So thank you, YouTube followers, for being on the live stream. For all those who gave the thumbs up, I want to say thank you. And remember, I'll see you in my vlogs that I place on the channel. Thanks. Right.